All right, North Idaho. In this video, we're getting so many reach outs every single day, a lot of them. So we really appreciate that, and we're helping everybody. But I want to go through the map because the questions keep coming up basically about lifestyle. So I'm going to open up the map of North Idaho. The whole goal of this video is to, give my knowledge, the background, the back roads, and show all of these areas that you'll see in North Idaho so that you can find your lifestyle. You're moving here for a reason, for a lifestyle. This video, you'll be able to know exactly the perfect spot for you for when you reach out. And we're getting after it right now. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Wilkey right here in North Idaho. If this is your first time to this channel, you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, hunt, fish, play right here in North Idaho. Make sure you tap that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. We are getting reach outs a lot every single day. We absolutely love it. So if you're moving anywhere in North Idaho or Eastern Washington, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to North Idaho. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to jump right onto the map. This, again, I'll go full into detail of all of these different areas. And your job is to, comment down below of what you like, the things you see. So make sure you're commenting a lot down there so that we can answer those and shoot more videos. So let me jump to the map real quick. First thing I love doing, got to hit that satellite. Look at the mountains in here. It's just beautiful, and most of you have been up here and seen it, and that's why you're moving here. Obviously, you have this pocket right in here that you're seeing. So this is basically the bread and butter of the typical North Idaho living. Coeur d'Alene really anchors things. So with it expanded out like this, I'm going to go pretty real quick, because we're getting so many inquiries about, things north of Coeur d'Alene or things south of Coeur d'Alene. So we've actually been helping people down in like St. Mary's. St. Mary's, if you're from North Idaho, it's all about Jack Buell logging. You see the green logging trucks everywhere. They even have the biggest like lumberjack days. It's a wild time, trust me on that one. But St. Mary's is down here. You got the St. Joe River that comes into here, so it's some of the most iconic, fly fishing, elk hunting type stuff. You got to know where you're going, and we obviously don't give hunting secrets around here. But I mean, you can just see this whole area. But St. Mary's stretches us a little bit south of downtown Coeur d'Alene per se, but this is where you're going to find, a ton of acreage and stuff. So we've helped a couple people there, but I really want to kind of go into Coeur d'Alene real quick. Again, this is the hub. So we are on the northern border of the lake right here, Lake Coeur d'Alene. This is the Coeur d'Alene Resort. If you think of downtown, if you hear downtown, there's one downtown. It's downtown Coeur d'Alene. It's Sherman Avenue. And right here, this is our main street. We're still small town in the sense of that's your main street. Sanders Beach living, everything is just south of Sherman, little pocket neighborhoods, where Connor was raised, grew up in here. So really cool. There's some beach living. This is all Tubbs Hill, so a couple miles of hiking. We got a couple main streets that feed in. And so this is what's getting really popular in North Idaho. This is Dalton Gardens. Minimum 1 acre. We've done a full vlog tour on that. So it's one of the most unique living that you'll find in North Idaho, where you're 8 minutes maybe from downtown Coeur d'Alene. You're a 5-minute drive to Hayden Lake, to the Hayden Lake Country Club, to Avondale Golf Course, and you get your 1 acre, 2 acre lot right here. So there's no land left, but there is a lot of resale. A lot of these homes are 57, 70 years old. I've got family in there and friends. And so there's good opportunities to go in there and kind of, fix and flip these, or there's some just beautiful houses resale in here. Very, very difficult to get in though. So that's one thing that, since we have relationships with, everybody in this area, we can be notified when things come available. So very hot area here, but you have your downtown Coeur d'Alene. Now, all of our new construction. So when I showed you, we have this valley here. We don't have area to just sprawl out. We can only go to the west. So all of our new construction is filling in right here. The main roads that you will want to know is Hutter, Atlas, and Ramsey. Those are your main thoroughfares. My road up here is a little bit farther out to the west. This is still pretty good farmland. There's still active farming out here. But we're starting to carve into those for sure. But these are going to be your main, especially Atlas. This cuts you through. There's a ton of neighborhoods in here. And the cool thing about Atlas Road, it runs you right out to the freeway. All of these do. They all have on-ramps right to the freeway so that you can get, over to, obviously there's Post Falls, but you have Liberty Lake. Here's the state line. You got Liberty Lake, and then you got Spokane Valley, all that. So being close to 90 puts you really close to getting to downtown, hitting I-90 to go east to our neighbors, Montana. And you also have the ability to get downtown, or even north if you need to. So our new construction, the cool thing about North Idaho new construction, we did a full vlog tour on this as well. You actually can get houses in here that have shops built on the side of the house, or you can get a 3-car garage. So you have those toys, those razors, those side-by-sides, whatever. You can take off from your driveway. You can street legalize those, and you can cruise up into the national forest anywhere you see within minutes. So really cool. You can get your boats, your RVs, whatever, and have a 14-foot garage, or just your normal new construction. The schools. One thing we get asked all the time is these schools right here. This is the best high school in the entire world. CHS, baby. But that's according to me. I am a Viking. And they, as you see the picture right there, it's showing up. They completely remodeled it. It's gorgeous. The remodel, you got the big V there for the Vikings, new fields, new wrestling rooms, new weight rooms, new everything. They did it like the year after I left. We must have been a bunch of hellions. So after we left, they redid it. Lake City came in about 98, 99. It was like, I would think I was an 8th grader. Obviously, this town's been blowing up for a long time, even though everybody thinks it's happening in just the last 2 years. We have been really growing. And so Lake City High School we still call it the new high school, even though it was built in like 98. So both of them, fantastic. You're going to have zero issues at either school, and it's a really fun rivalry. They do Fight for the Fish basketball game every year, and it's a spectacle to see. They pack the gyms for it, for the basketball games. Football games are great. And then you have Post Falls High School, which I got to find it out here, where it's out right in this area. In fact, I'll just type it in so you guys have a reference, because it's another incredible high school. And it borders a bunch of the new construction. So all of this right here, Tullamore, you see Tullamore right there. When I was a journeyman lineman, this was all brand new. We punched in all the power to here, so it's not really showing it. Maybe if I go to the satellite view it will. Yeah. Post Falls High School, you can live right close to it, and this is all a ton of new construction. This is where we're seeing the most growth in North Idaho. Incredible homes for sale. Post Falls, great school districts as well. That's the one thing I'll tell you about North Idaho. You're not going to go wrong with the schools. I have no problem putting my kids in any of them. And in fact, Rathdrum, we used to call it the rat dump. Well, we still do. We make fun of them. But they actually, it's a smaller town tucked into the woods here. You have Spirit Lake. Just to the north, you have Twin Lakes, the golf courses and everything. You're right in this area. Actually has some of the best schools, apparently, ranked. So, again, any of these areas, this Rathdrum area, there's a lot of growth growing in here. As you can see, this whole area right here is still farmland, but that's where we're growing. This is really cool, guys. This is a Kootenai Technical Education Program. So they actually, we're still blue collar. So this is an actual tech school to where, not a tech school. I'm lacking the word right now. But anyways, what they do is they teach construction. They teach, welding, shop class. It's the trade school. Sorry, that's what it is. So a lot of trade teaching going here, and it's right out in the prairie. Really cool campus. And this right here is actually a little man-made lake neighborhood right here. Treasure Island, Radiant Lake, they call it. So you can paddleboard it and stuff. It's kind of a sneaky little neighborhood. So I'm going to get this out of here, guys. I'm going kind of quick, but let's refocus here for a second. You've got downtown Coeur d'Alene. That's going to be your 100-plus-year-old homes and the Garden District. It's going to be, the older living style. It's just really, really pretty. If you want the walkability, want to be downtown, this is where you're going to want to be. It's the coolest spot. If you want an acre, but you still want to be close to everything, Dalton is going to be where you want to be. New construction is going to be right here in the center and heading out west towards Post Falls. And there is a new development going. The Spokane River right here, this is boatable. So I'm talking jet skis, wakeboard boats. This is actually one of the most popular places to go wake surfing and all that. There are some of the most gorgeous houses, they're building a whole new subdivision and condos right here. So if you want no maintenance, but you want to be on the water and you want to be able to, be minutes from downtown, reach out to us about this Spokane River living. If you go south of the river, you can see this here. This is where you can stretch your dollar the best, period, and get, acreage. As you see, it's just gorgeous in here. And so they're starting to do, you have, a bunch of roads in here. We did, the power lines in here as well. And so if you get close to the river, it's really crazy. Sometimes you drive up and over these basalt rock, lava rock style, and then you drop down and you're right on the river. So it's a little harder right on the river to find, but this all goes uphill in the mountains. And so there's acreage estates all over in here. And you're 15 minutes from downtown Coeur d'Alene. You're 5-10 minutes from the freeway to get anywhere you need. So if you needed, we had someone call and needed to be able to get to Spokane, but still wanted to be, 15 minutes from Coeur d'Alene and have, their space. That's your jam right here, south of the Spokane River. Herds of elk everywhere, deer, wildlife. It's just amazing. So with that being said, we will go north. Some of the most popular areas we're getting where people want their space and they want to stretch the dollar. This is going to be your quadrant here from Athol, Spirit Lake, Chilco, everything north of Garwood. Garwood is right on the edge of Hayden. This is where I grew up my whole life, right here. Garwood used to have the Garwood Tavern and a little rodeo right there. I wish it was still there. That was the best tavern in the world. It's now gone as they widened the highway. But all of these roads you see, running east-west throughout here, all the way up to the north, you can find a couple acres for sale. And it's a little bit tougher. There's not a lot of new construction in here per se in the Chilco and the Garwood areas. And you still funnel into, the good school districts. A lot of these are going to go to the Rathdrum School District. So you're in a great school district. I did a video on Lancaster. It's the most prized living, basically. These are those developments. If you watch, they did all brand new, huge, huge houses. You're in the Coeur d'Alene School District, and Lancaster Road is like the prized living. I grew up working on the giant ranch right here. Really fun. And then it takes you around Hayden Lake. We have that property for sale. It's really the only one left on Hayden Lake. It's back in this area right here. So if you want lake living, the lots are going quick. You have to reach out to us about Wildcat. We did a video on it, and there's going to be a bunch of late lots that aren't on the lake. They're going to be secondary, but you're still in that private community, the HOA, and I'm telling you, it is special. Like one of the most special properties I've ever seen, and it's like 15 minutes from getting to Hayden. It's like 11 minutes to get to Highway 95, yet you're on the freaking lake. And this is all national forest, so you can go right up into Hayden Creek and get into national forest within minutes. So incredible. Reach out to us about Wildcat if you're interested. Okay, so Silverwood, if you've ever heard about it, right there. This is one of the coolest theme parks. Everybody comes from all around the world literally for that to see it. Spirit Lake is where we're seeing the most growth, period, if you want the space and to stretch the dollar. From Spirit Lake, let me do the directions. If I do to Coeur d'Alene, I'm going to say it's probably 40 minutes. So from Coeur d'Alene, okay, so it's saying, and you have all these different roads. Now, the one thing I'll notice or tell you about that, look at the mileage. It's 26 miles, 24 miles, and it only takes 38 minutes. So you're hauling ass the whole way. These are 50, 60 mile an hour roads. So it's not traffic that's taking you that long. It's just the length, but it's all country driving. You are hugged up against the mountains here. You also have 54, which runs east and west, that can get you out to 95 if you need to go up to Sandpoint or something. Sandpoint, right up in here. So the cool thing too, if you're retiring, and even not retiring, but we don't see as many families down here, Bayview is one of the coolest areas for that. Now, it's a great area to go with the family. You talk about views. You sit here at Bayview and you look across Lake Ponderay. This is the third deepest lake west of the Mississippi, over 1,000 feet deep. They do naval submarine training in there. This is all like glacial looking mountains straight down into the water. There's, wild sheep and stuff that you'll see up here. So Bayview's an area. It's actually you can live. If I can zoom in, this is actually has boat living right here, where you can live, not boat living, but floating house. But you'll see it's got its own little private community. You see everybody here rides their four-wheelers everywhere. One of the guys at Kootenai Electric where I worked was developing all this. So new houses going in this area as well. So Bayview is like the ultimate retiree spot, but it's a fun place to go. Athol, Idaho. This just got a brand new grocery store. I don't even know if they're showing it. Ace Super One. This is an old picture, guys. This is crazy. Yeah, because we ran the power to this too. So now you have an actual Super One Foods is one of our big grocery stores. If you're an OG in Hayden, it was Ron's Thrift, but now it's Super One. There's a few of these. So you have your big grocery store here now. Country Boy Cafe. This was actually on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. You got to go get Country Boy Cafe. That's the cool thing about North Idaho, and like you can go hit these cafes and they're still very popular. Like you can just go in with the locals, hang out, any of them. I'm going to tell you the secret one of all time is in Hayden on Hayden Ave is called the Owl Cafe. I don't want to waste your guys' time, but look up the Owl Cafe. Man, spent some time in the Owl. Okay, so now we head north. There is really nothing. Once you get north of Athol, this is all farmland. I've got a good buddy who's got a big ranch right in this area. It's going to be ranch living all the way up till you get to Kokolala. This is Lake Kokolala. This is actually one of the coolest ice fishing lakes. It gets like 2 feet thick of ice. Really cold right here, but there's a little Blacktail Road that heads over here to the east, and then there's living up above Kokolala Lake. So really going to stretch that dollar. You're going to feed into the Sandpoint school districts. And then you get into Sagal. Sagal's got the Sagal Flea Market. That's about it. But it's crazy. All these areas are starting to grow. We are starting to see houses, built all along here. It's still pretty rural, though. I mean, you don't have much. But the cool thing is you have these lakes back in here that are just incredible. This is Muir Lake, I believe, and here it's not saying it. But then you come right. Oops, crap. Then you come right here, and I'm going to go back to the satellite. Okay, so as you can see, we have Kokolala, and then you go across this. This bridge is 1 mile long. It's a 1 mile bridge, and it takes you across kind of this northern side of Lake Pend Oreille, and then the Pend Oreille River forks off. It's coming in, obviously, but goes to the east over to Priest River and Priest Lake. So right here is Sandpoint. This is another hotbed. We are seeing people loving Sandpoint. There's some new construction, but it's going to be all kind of up here to the north where there's room. Sandpoint's pretty old. It's a really fun town. It's actually, I would say, more walkable and more things to do than downtown Coeur d'Alene, even though everybody thinks that's probably crazy, but ultimately there's just more. In fact, they built this new bypass. This was not here because you used to have to come in. This is how you drove into Sandpoint to get out north of Sandpoint to go to Canada, is you came in through town at 20 miles an hour. It took you like 20 minutes to get back out. Now you have this giant bypass, and there's all these incredible, I have a friend who's got condos right here. All this is like the most primo living, bunch of condo living there, but all of this, like you have McDuff's Brewing, you have this, this is an overpass right here, so you can live in the condos and walk over, or vice versa. And all of this down here is all shops there, and there's so many farmers markets and fun things to do. They have an incredible car show. They have, music in the park. They got a lot of festivals and stuff going on, but you can see the living is, the majority of it's just right here to the west of town, and some of it's older homes, so that you won't really find new construction in Sandpoint until you get up north, and you start going to Pend Oreille, to Kootenai, all these areas. This is Kootenai, guys. And that's actually the county of North Idaho, not here. This is up in Bonner County, I believe. Yeah, Kootenai, Idaho. This is we're starting to see new construction, and especially over here, like on the lake and stuff. So that's going to put you a stretch away from northern Idaho, or from Coeur d'Alene. But if you don't need to be downtown Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint's really, really cool. And if I zoom out again, the farther you go north, obviously, I mean, you start taking this stuff up to Bonner's Ferry. Bonner's Ferry is another logging town, just incredible. Moye Springs, you want to go to the coolest Moye Mud Bog right there until you get up. But this is all huge, huge national forest. Priest Lake is an area where it's getting very expensive. Coolin is the south side of the lake, so there's some restaurants and bars down here. The east side of the lake, you actually have Lion's Head. This is where you can slide down on freaking rocks. You take black trash bags, pull them over like diapers, and slide down. It's the coolest thing I've ever done. Living on the lake is very expensive, but you don't. I mean, it's more of like a retired. They don't really, you would have to come all the way back down into here to Priest River to go to school. Priest River, these are still really small areas. So, and you can see, I mean, Spirit Lake is 40 minutes to downtown Coeur d'Alene. So Sandpoint, it's actually pretty sneaky. It's not that far. So if I were to put Sandpoint, Idaho to Coeur d'Alene, I'll just show you, because you're on 95 the whole way, and they've widened it and made it like 70 miles an hour now. It's actually, I don't know why it's not telling me how far. There we go. 57 minutes, and that's to downtown Coeur d'Alene, to Sherman Avenue. I know a lot of people who make this jaunt. I worked with guys when I was a lineman who all lived, north of here. They're redneck. They like their space. And yeah, it was an hour drive, 50 minutes, unless they caught a train. There's a train up there and they had to wait. But, working in Hayden, it was about 45, 50-minute drive. So just to be aware of that. And lastly, the one thing I want to cover, we do cover Washington. Spokane is an older part of town. Definitely, you have to go south and north of town to try and find some new construction. But it's our big city, and it's where the airport is and everything. The valley is what's really blown up, the Spokane Valley area. But really, the best living, according my opinion, is Liberty Lake. So you have a ton of golf courses. You have Liberty Lake. This is where all the tech companies are moving. Obviously, you're on the Washington border, so the income tax you don't have. So it just really depends on that. But if you're looking Washington side, Liberty Lake is definitely one of the nicest. And this right here is it's an old ski resort from a long time. I used to motorcycle up there. There was nothing up there. Now some of the biggest really cool homes, and you have these little private communities and golf courses and stuff. So it's really, really a cool area. Again, North Idaho, there is all different lifestyles, from beach living, waterfront, to acreage and property, to downtown Coeur d'Alene condo living, where you have views of everything, or the 100-year-old Victorian style homes downtown. Whatever your lifestyle, whatever you're loving, that's what we do, is help place you. So the only way that we can help you is to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to North Idaho or Eastern Washington. And until our next video, guys, we'll catch you later.